Ladies and gentlemen, today, 13 June 2026, I join persons with albinism, their families, governments, United Nations entities, and allies around the world in celebrating the 12th internationally recognized Albinism Awareness Day under this year's theme, Proudly in My Skin, Celebrating All Skin Tones. This theme is both a celebration and a call to action. It is a celebration of identity, dignity, resilience, and humanity. It affirms that persons with albinism are far more than the color of their skin or the myths and stereotypes too often imposed upon them. It is a celebration of diversity and equality of all skin tones and the richness of the world arising from such diversity. At the same time, this theme is a call to confront the deeply rooted prejudice and color-based discrimination that continue to shape the lived experiences of many persons with albinism across the world. Such discrimination manifests in harmful myths, social exclusion, bullying, denial of services, hate speech, abandonment, violence, mutilation, and even killings and trafficking of body parts. These violations are not isolated acts. They are often interconnected forms of discrimination rooted in perceptions linked to skin color and difference. This year's theme also draws attention to an often overlooked dimension of these violations, their profound psychosocial impact. Persistent discrimination and exclusion can lead to chronic fear, anxiety, trauma, depression, isolation, and internalized stigma. Many persons with albinism grow up navigating environments where they're made to feel unsafe, invisible, or unworthy. These experiences affect mental well-being, self-esteem, educational attainment, social participation, and the full enjoyment of human rights. It is therefore timely that the forthcoming report to the United Nations General Assembly will examine the psychosocial impact of color-based discrimination on persons with albinism and its implication for the enjoyment of human rights. I hope that this report will contribute to greater recognition of the urgent needs to address not only physical safety and access to services, but also dignity, belonging, mental health, and inclusion. Even as we confront these enduring challenges, I am moved to pause and celebrate the remarkable strides our movement has made, particularly over the past year. I am most proud of the joint advocacy of the movement in relation to the re-addition of sunscreen to the WHO's essential medicines list. The decision of the WHO in November 2025 to declare sunscreen an essential drug for persons with albinism is a vindication of what the albinism movement has been stating for many years. That sunscreen is not a cosmetic for persons with albinism, but a life-saving drug. This is the first step in protecting the right to life for persons with albinism through preventing unnecessary skin cancer-related deaths among them. In the past year, we have continued to witness momentum in legislative and policy reform, with Zambia being the latest country to adopt a national action plan on albinism. It has also been encouraging to see the growing attention to the needs of children with albinism at the international level, most evident in the past year through the adoption of the guiding note on reporting on children with albinism in Africa by the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, developed together with my mandate. I'm also excited to have witnessed more governments from all over the globe recognizing the need to include the concerns of persons with albinism in their human rights agenda. In November 2025, I carried out the first official country visit on albinism to a European country. I'm grateful to the government of Portugal for inviting me and engaging with me. And as I address you today, I have just completed the first official country visit on albinism to an Asian country. I also thank the government of Pakistan for their invitation. Furthermore, I am heartened by the albinism movement itself, increasingly vocal, increasingly organized, and increasingly present in the spaces where decisions are made. At the 61st session of the Human Rights Council earlier this year, 9 persons with albinism and a father of a child with albinism delivered oral statements during the interactive dialogue with my mandate, a powerful demonstration of the movement's growing visibility and confidence. The voices rang out in the halls of the United Nations, and the world was richer for it. The work, however, is far from done. The theme, Proudly in My Skin, reminds us that diversity in skin tone is part of our shared humanity and should never be a basis for discrimination or exclusion. Every person deserves to live free from fear and humiliation and with equal opportunity to thrive. On this International Albinism Awareness Day, therefore, I call on all governments, institutions, civil society organizations, and communities to recognize color-based discrimination against persons with albinism as a serious and intersectional human rights violation. Stigma, exclusion, and violence against persons with albinism are not cultural inevitabilities. They are legal failures. Governments must name them as such and act accordingly. I also call on all these entities to invest in mental health and psychosocial well-being of persons with albinism. The psychological toll of color-based discrimination is real, measurable, and profoundly harmful. In addition, we must challenge harmful stereotypes and create environments where persons with albinism are respected, protected, and empowered. Let us work together to build a world where every person with albinism can live profoundly in their skin, safe, equal, visible, and valued. Finally, to persons with albinism around the world, your dignity is inherent. Your voices matter, and your presence enriches our societies. This day belongs to you. I wish you all a meaningful International Albinism Awareness Day 2026.